Welcome to the presentation on employee training process. The first step in the training process for any organization is to assess the objectives of the training program and then devise a strategy or method to administer the same. Objectives are the end results which the organization wants to achieve within a given time frame. Objectives should be realistic and measurable. They should help in guiding and motivating the employees to accomplish their mission. You need a strategy for defining the method adopted by the organization to meet the objectives. Strategies are used as a roadmap for accomplishing organizational objectives. Why do you need to assess training needs? Assessments are needed to identify the performance gap between what is actually needed and what is the current level of performance among the employees. By assessing training needs, one can understand what the organization expects from the employees and to what extent the employees meet those requirements. If there is a mismatch between what the organizations expect from their employees and what is actually delivered by them, it means there is a learning gap. Training assessments help to identify this learning gap. Based on the learning gaps found, organizations can define the learning objectives and plan a training program to bridge the learning gap. Let us examine how establishing the goals before training is very important. A training program should have well-defined goals stating clearly the benefits of the program. Goals and objectives together define the major component of training initiatives. Goals must be stated in advance for achieving learning objectives that can be measurable in concrete terms. Thus, training goals determine the overall direction of the training program so that the learner and the trainer both get a clear description of the learning outcomes which they expect. Let's look at the factors you need to consider while designing a training program. Before starting the training program, the trainer should have relevant information about the participants and their profile so that he can devise a method that best suits their requirements, keeping in mind the training objectives. Once the training objectives have been decided, the trainer can start preparing the training content based on those specific training areas that need development. Before designing a training program, the trainer should analyze all the raw materials for instruction, organize the information in a coherent and comprehensible manner, and put it into a framework. Once you have the necessary information, you need to decide on the medium of instruction. It could be through PowerPoint presentations, classroom training, or online training. Before delivering the training program, you need to test it for its effectiveness in terms of meeting organizational goals. Implementation of the training program involves putting the training plan into action. The trainer needs to prepare the learning environment before the start of the training session. The trainer should create an environment which is comfortable for the employees so that they can freely ask questions and clarify their doubts without any hesitation. Therefore, the trainer needs to do the following. It is important that the trainer is comfortable and confident with the content of the training so that he or she can clarify all the doubts of the employees and make them feel satisfied with the training. The training session should not be scheduled beyond regular working hours. To avoid employees being distracted, the trainer should try to make the training session very interesting by showing demonstrations and encouraging employees to participate in the session. The trainer should use appropriate methodologies such as role plays, quizzes, and interactive games to keep participants involved and engaged in the training. The trainer should use simple methods to evaluate employees' performance on a regular basis. The purpose of training evaluation is to determine whether the goals and objectives of training have been achieved. This can be done at the end of the training session. The methods of evaluating a training program includes the following. Feedback from participants who have attended the training session through questionnaires or feedback forms. Supervisors can be contacted after a reasonable period of time to understand the extent to which the participants are applying the skills and knowledge gained from the training program in their jobs. Thus, training and development are major factors for long-term growth and profitability of any organization.